So we gonna go ahead and make this video. I know I'm about like a day early on this, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As of recently, your boy has been fighting demons, aka IBS. And let me just say, IBS got hands. So I'm gonna try to get this video out there. I've actually recorded like 3 or 4 videos over the past few days, but I have been feeling so terrible that I don't even want to like try to make them at the moment, which really sucks because I hate whenever I get like this due to my medical problems and everything. And I really wish I could just, hardcore grind what I want to do. But yeah, like I said before, IBS really putting the pause on me and I don't appreciate it. So today we're gonna be doing the Should You Summon before the banner goes live. The banner actually goes live, I think, tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. So by the time you guys see this on the 16th, you should have like a day or two till you have to actually summon. The banner we're gonna be talking about is gonna be the crossover Godzilla. Or wait, what am I doing? Should You Summon Godzilla the Planet Eater featuring Arcana. So I've talked about this banner pretty in depth before. Like actually the most recent video I did on my channel, I actually talked about the banner and talked about the units and everything. So if you want to see a more in-depth breakdown of every single one of these units, apart from Arcana, because Arcana's been in the game for like 2 years at this point, you can definitely click this card up on screen. It'll take you over there. You can learn about Batiste and then also Sarah, I think her name is. So this banner is going to be pretty easy. It's going to be featuring Arcana, Sarah, and Batiste. Also, with the Godzilla fashion banners, or whatever you want to call them, they're going to be continuing the tradition, and that Arcana, if you summon him, he will come with King Ghidorah by default. So if you really want King Ghidorah, but you also maybe want one of the units on this banner, you may want to consider summoning on it, because if you run it pulling Arcana, then you get King Ghidorah for free. Of course, you can also still summon King Ghidorah in his regular gacha equipment summon. We're going to be talking about that as well in this video. So don't really worry about it. If, oh my god, I need to summon on the unit banner to get him, no. If you want to just summon on the gacha equip banner, you can do that and you can get King Ghidorah. So let's just run through these guys really quick, because like I said, I've already broken down in depth, so I'm not really going to be going super hard in terms of breaking down each one of these characters. I do have some stuff to say about them because I have been thinking about if this is a summon or not for some people, so let's do this. Arcana is pretty solid if you need a debuffer type of unit. He's able to reduce the enemy's attack and defense and magic resistance by 33% for 12 seconds. And also with his True Art, he's able to reduce the enemy's damage and accuracy by 30%, and then the status element resistance by 60%. Overall, Arcana is a pretty solid unit. The only thing about him is that he has direct competition with someone in the game, which is Rim. And a lot of old players prefer Rim over Arcana just because the slots are a little bit more, I guess, enticing for older players, because Rim has a 4-star defense. Apart from that, they're practically almost the same unit, except Arcana does have a better True Art than Rim. But yeah, if you needing someone that's lowering attack and defense, or just lowering attack makes your team a little bit stronger, then Arcana may be your guy. But for the most part, I feel like you can just use Rim and anywhere that you would want to use Arcana and be perfectly straight. But it is a bonus, like I said, if you pull him, because you get King Ghidorah, which is always a nice little addition. Next is Awoken Sarah, and Awoken Sarah is a really cool unit. Her entire gimmick is that if you're able to inflict a status element, which a status element includes stuff like poison, burn, freeze, anything like that. If you're able to inflict a status element, she actually will double her True Art debuffs and buffs that she gives to the team. Well, it's only debuffs, but technically, could consider it a buff for one of the things. But so if you're able to inflict a status element on an enemy, you're going to be able to double her True Art, which would be magic resist, evasion rate, for 15 seconds, which I don't know if the time gets increased too, but I know for a fact that the effect of the True Art does get increased. So evasion rate goes up to 40%, magic resist down goes up to 80%, and I don't know about the time. You guys have to tell me if the time also gets buffed to like 30 seconds. I think there's going to be a lot of cool comps that come out with her, trying to utilize her and make her just super broken in magic teams. I could see her definitely being used in maybe something like a magic nuke comp with Emilia or something, and you could probably see some pretty crazy damage with that, because having an 80% magic resist down is insane. And then last but not least is our boy Batiste. Now Batiste is a really dope unit. He is like the one-man army of like GS. This man's going to be giving himself tons of attack buffs because of his True Art. He's also going to be able to ignore the enemy's defense, which is insane. He has his 0 stacks, which I think someone said in English is actually called 0 sword or something like that. But he's able to stack up this 0 stack every single time up to a maximum of, I think it's 6 stacks. Yeah, it is 6 stacks. And every single time you stack this, which the way how you stack it, by the way, is using an art. So if you use your normal art or your True Art, you're going to be stacking it. And it gives you 40% damage up every single time you use it, up to a maximum of 6 times, which of course would mean a total of 240% damage up if you have these 0 stacks maxed. And then once you have it max, he's going to be adding another 30,000% onto his true art modifier, which is pretty disgusting. Not only just this, if you're using his true weapons, which I highly recommend you do get them for him if you're planning on using them, he has 2 true weapons, which also give him more damage and more attack. You could have, I think whenever I did the math in the other video, it was like 310, 320% damage up on Batiste plus 140% attack buff if you're using his true art, which is just disgusting. So if you're lacking in a physical attacker, Batiste is absolutely your man. This man is a one-man army. If you need a physical damage dealer, you can use Batiste. The only thing I'll tell you is, bro, please, please, please make sure that you're putting him on a team that has supports. I'm talking about archgeners, so he's able to stack pretty easily and he's able to get off the big damage very consistently. And you may also want to tank or something, because if you're using Batiste, to be honest, he's going to be doing all your damage and you really don't need any other damage dealer or anything. Using someone like Sistina on the team, just someone that's a little bit more defensive and protective, to make sure that no one dies while he's, you know, getting ramped up. And as for the character banner, that's actually it. There's no other units coming out, just these 3. So real quick, we'll also talk about the gacha banner, or I actually give you the verdict on the banner and everything else, and tell you if the gacha equipped summons are, you know, really worth it or not. So just to run through this quickly, these are all the equips that are on the banner. I'm not really going to be going into them. You guys can see what they all are. For the most part, I want to say the only thing that's like really insanely good from this is like King Ghidorah, and that's it. It's very similar to Godzilla, except with Godzilla, they also had the 4-star defense, which was pretty freaking solid. On this banner, it's literally just King Ghidorah that I think is really worthwhile. Everything else is just kind of, I don't really like it, or there's something already in game that's better than it. So now on to the verdict. Should you summon on this banner or not? Now, here's the thing that I want to say. If you're new to the game, talking about freshly starting out, you're lacking in terms of DPS, you know, you need something that really just, you know, gives you a lot of oomph to it. I would actually recommend summoning on this banner in hopes of getting Batiste, because he is, like I said, that one-man army. But the thing is about this is that if you don't have the support to make Batiste work, he's really not going to be able to do anything for you, because he's relying heavily on his team to give him art gauge and buffs and everything else to make sure, for 1, he stays alive, and for 2, he's actually able to stack, you know, as much as he possibly can. Batiste may be a consideration, but I wouldn't recommend going for him unless you have 2 archgeners. I don't think he's a reroll worthy unit in my opinion, just because he relies on other characters so much. He's not a character that can just, you know, carry you throughout the entire game. Technically he can, but he's gonna need some type of support on the team. As for the rest of the banner, like if you're free to play, I mean, Sarah is a cool unit, but she relies on other units to actually, you know, get her entire niche off, you know, being able to inflict some type of stats element. You're gonna want some type of like freeze unit, poison unit, paralyze unit, something of that sort on the team to really synergize with Sarah. And then Arcana is just Arcana. I feel like a lot of people will just get Rim at some point, whether that be through the unit choice ticket or just summoning on a banner at one point and you're just puller. So I really don't think Arcana is a must either. And that's it for my free to play and new players. As I said, it's up to y'all. If you need a physical damage dealer, definitely recommend Batiste, but make sure you have the support to, of course, back it up. As for my hardcore players, my whales, everything else is very similar, you know, to you guys. If you want to summon on this banner and you're lacking that hardcore physical damage dealer, Batiste could definitely cover that pretty easily. He has everything you want going for him. The only thing he doesn't have is like built-in crit chance. That's pretty much the entire like gig of this, or idea of this banner, is that if you need a really dope hard-hitting physical damage dealer, then go with Batiste, right? He has a lot of stuff going for him. He's a one-man army. Do it. But if you don't need a physical damage dealer, then I think you could easily skip this banner. But guys, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I'm gonna go and play some games or rest or do something, try to get my mind off of my IBS to try to get over this little spell that's currently going on with it. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming mines, by the way. I did say I was going to stream it whenever it came out, but because the way that I'm feeling and all that, I'll just stream it whenever I feel my best, and we'll do the really long mine stream, you know, about a 3 or 4 hour stream, more than likely going through the mines. So definitely keep a lookout on the channel for that. And I don't know when the next video will be, because like I said, I'm going to be taking it pretty easy over the next few days, so I'll at least have a video out every other day if I'm not able to post a video every single day. So yeah, thank you all for coming out though. It's been your bro Pete. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more, and last but not least, man, don't forget to drink water.